Not a drop, officer. Clear-eyed, breath is fresh, kissing sweet.
Why don't you give your ignition keys to the lady, sir?
Why should I do that?
So she can drive home. You're coming with me.
Thank you very much. Been a big help.
I'll leave them with a desk at your motel. Remember, Eddie, you're a citizen. Don't let them infringe upon your rights.
Lady.
I'm leaving.
Thanks for the memories.
Henry, who was that girl?
What girl, Leo?
You stupid jerk. Just about blew 500 grand.
Listen, I told you it wasn't my fault. This loudmouth dumb broad I picked up had me put away before I could talk my way out of it.
Sure.
Besides, there's no sweat. I put up my own bail. I was back on the street. And
Wait a minute. Did you open that closet door when you came in?
No, why?
Because when I came in, that diagram was laying on the floor, and I didn't think too much about it, but I know I closed that door before I went into the shower.
You think there was somebody in there?
Did you see anybody when you came in?
No, just some blonde out there in the hallway and a kiss on a Wally Cox type.
Wait a minute. That preacher's daughter, Cale, told us about. She's blonde.
Right.
You call Cale. You tell him to meet us at the pit stop.
A map of Sunday's race route. Corbin to Baja run. What looks like some electrical schematics and diagrams and some kind of electronic equipment. Now, this one looks like An oscilloscope.
Now, that looks like part of an exotic alarm system.
Mm-hmm. Remember that stock brokerage heist we worked on?
Mm-hmm.
They had an alarm system that looked something like this.
That's right.
Well, what about the electronic equipment?
Well, I'd say that Messrs. Durko and Wells are planning to crack a safe. But the question is where and when.
Yeah. What does any of it have to do with Susie Limson's death?
Brother John's race for the Lord.
Hi, Angel.
Oh, hi, Charlie.
What about the pictures?
Yeah, we just finished developing them.
Anything?
I don't know. It looks like we landed smack in the middle of plans for some kind of a heist.
That's the same booklet that Parsons' daughter was handing out. She must know something. She keeps asking me questions, pumping me. Now, why should some holy roller's daughter want to know why Susie Limson was killed? I don't know why, no reason. But she's definitely sniffing around. What about that chick that was with you when you were busted? You think there's any connection?
She didn't act like she was out for anything but a good time. Besides, I gave her the car keys, but not the motel key.
Look, Mr. Wells, why don't you just pay me the money you promised me for fixing Susie's car? You don't need me in the heist. I gave you all the information you need. There's no reason for me to hang around.
You know, you may be right, Cale. I'll tell you what. You go hit on that holy roller's daughter. Use your abundance of charm, you know. Take her for a drive. Ask her why she's been bugging you. And then you go park someplace where you can talk quietly, where she can't put up a fuss in case you have to get physical. Then you come back and tell me what she said. And we give you what's due you.
Then I can split.
Hey, man, free as a bird.
You got it.
Hey, you crazy? We don't have any money to give him until after the heist.
He's become a risk. He and that blonde.
So what are we gonna do about it?
We are gonna follow Cale and that blonde and remove the risk.
Hi, brother. Can I interest you in one of Brother John's Bibles? We could have your name gold embossed right here on the cover for no extra charge. You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to keep one of these fine Bibles in the glove compartment of your car while you're driving at all times. Daddy says they're infinitely more practical than the plastic statues and the bumper stickers we were selling this time last year.
Yeah. Sure, I'll take one.
Good.
And I've got to talk to you.
About what?
Susie Limson.
Oh, what about her?
Why don't you get in the car and we'll take a little ride?
Oh, I don't think I better. Daddy might worry.
What I've got to say to you has to be said in private.
Okay, but I can't be gone long.
This won't take long. What do you think?
Think you didn't bring me here to look at the view.
You're right. I want to know why you're asking questions about Susie Limson's death.
Just curious.
I don't buy that, neither do people I work for.
Who, Durko and Wells?
What do you know about them?
Well, I know they're not here to watch the races, and I know they got you to jimmy the wheel in Susie's car. Why don't you cooperate? I mean, maybe the police will give you a break.
You're a cop.
No, let's just say I'd like to see the people behind Susie's death get nailed.
No way, I'm not doing time in the slammer because of a nosy Bible thumper. I sure hope you like the scenery here because it's the last thing you're ever gonna...
get her.
All right, I'll take the car. Close in on both sides.
What about the electronic gear, Charlie?
A composite system capable of bypassing the L714.
Well, how many of these systems could there be in a small town like Corbin?
I'd be surprised if there was even one. System is expensive and highly sophisticated. I'm trying to reach the manufacturer now. I'll get back to you, Angel.
Right, Charlie. He'll get back to us on the alarm system.
Listen, according to the police, Wells and Durko just disappeared.
It's a miracle Wells walked away from that wreck.
What about Mary?
Well, the police talked to her, but she just played dumb.
Well, at least we've confirmed it. Wells and Durko caused Susie's death and used Cale to do the job.
Yeah, but our only witness is dead.
Yeah, and we still don't know why they killed Susie.
So we've got Wells and Durko somehow tied into the Corbin to Baja race. A race that is routed across the border into Mexico.
And if that's the angle, then this is one of those rare times Charlie comes up wrong.
Hmm?
Well, he said I wouldn't have to do any real racing. Well, the only way that I could keep an eye on Bloody Mary tomorrow would be to lock bumpers with her in the Corbin to Baja run.
The only place you have to worry about Mary is on that inside turn. She likes to take it there.
Police can't find a trace of Wells or Durko, and I've covered the track. If they're here, they're invisible.
Attention, ladies. All cars on the track. Take your positions for the start of the race.
What about Charlie? Jill and Bosley are still waiting for his call. You okay?
ladies and gentlemen, before our drivers take to the open road for the Baja Run.
Listen, Charlie found out that an L714 alarm system was installed 2 years ago at the Butech Corporation on 12th Street outside Corbin.
12? That runs right by the racetrack into town.
The Butech Corporation is a brokerage house for valuable lots of industrial diamonds.
Hey, that's where Bloody Mary fits. Butech is on the race route. That's why Wells and Durko had a copy of the map in their room.
A fortune in diamonds smuggled right by the border guards into Mexico in a race car during a race.
Sabrina's got to know.
That's what I came to tell you. The cars are on the last lap before leaving the track for the race route. Come on, let's go.
Car 11 back on the track. You still have a lap on the track.
I got it.
You all set?
That takes care of the primary alarm.
Let's get at it.
Radio the Corbin police.
Well?
Watch it. Give me a hand.
Okay, backup alarm goes in 1 minute.
That's all we need.
Somebody's tailing you.
Get out of here. No!
Come on.
Officer!
Sweetheart. Ciao, Mary.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm okay. As long as I don't stop to think about it. If I ever get my hands on Charlie,
Don't count on that, Sabrina. No, don't count on that.
I've talked to the Corbin police, Sabrina, and your friend Bloody Mary's chattering like a magpie.
Confession?
Why not? Confession is good for the soul.
Amen. It seems you were right about Wells and Durko trying to force Susie to take part in their scheme.
Right. When she refused and threatened to expose him, they had Ted Cale fix her car, and then they had Bloody Mary run her into the wall.
Charlie, it was a relief for Jerry to know he wasn't responsible for Susie's accident, but I still feel sorry for her folks.
Knowing the truth will probably put their minds at rest, Kelly. Nothing could bring Susie back to them, but at least they know she died trying to do what was right. And Bosley, you'll be happy to know we received a substantial bonus from Butech for rescuing their diamonds.
That is capital news, sir. The overhead on this case was staggering. Do you realize the cost of the gas alone on this one?
Still, I think whatever the cost, Sabrina put forth a championship effort. Do you have the package, Bosley?
Yes, sir. Right here.
Oh. Charlie, a trophy. What for?
A small remembrance from me to you to commemorate the official end of your racing career. You'll note the sentiment behind the inscription, I'm sure.
To Sabrina, the hottest number on wheels. Love, Charlie?
Well, thank you, Charlie. And if you ever put forth a championship effort at anything, you be sure to let me know so I can send you a trophy.
Not a bad idea, Sabrina. I'll start working on it right away.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little girls who went to the police academy. And they were each assigned very hazardous duties. But I took them away from all that, and now they work for me. My name is Charlie.
This Mexican-registered charter plane went down in United States territory carrying a fortune in heroin.
The pilot was shot by a hijacker who was after the heroin. He subdued the hijacker and was almost able to manage a safe crash landing.
Is the pilot still alive, Charlie?
Broken leg and hip, but he'll be all right. His name is Dan Mason, Angels, and he's our client.
Dan is the one on the right, and that is his buddy, Jim Taylor. Remember Jim Taylor's face? You'll be seeing him.
I can hardly wait.
Sorry, Jill. Dan's arranged for Taylor to work with us, but Sabrina will be Taylor's only contact as a stewardess on his flights. Her knowledge of Spanish is a must for the job.
Well, how hard is it to say, si, senor?
What does Dan Mason want us to do, Charlie?
Crack the smuggling ring that stashed the heroin on his flight. Dan's sister Laurie was the stewardess on the plane. There were 2 kilograms of heroin taped to her body and 20 kilos stowed in the fuselage.
It was a real shock to Dan to find out that Laurie was an addict.
Any prime suspects, Charlie?
One big one. the owner of the charter airline Dan and Taylor fly for, Frank Bartone. Bartone is a highly respected citizen of Mazatlan, but Mexican authorities think he could be one of the heaviest producers of illicit drugs. Word is that lately Bartone has been pressed by a new rival, a man known only as Escobar.
So far, there is no case against Bartone. And with his influence and wealth, it's almost impossible for the Mexican police to penetrate his organization.
And that's where we come in, Charlie?
Where policemen fear to tread?
I'm afraid so, Angels.
This is Bartone's daughter, Maria. She's into swimming, and Bartone will turn to anybody who can help her become a champion.
How's your breaststroke, Jill?
Oh, I thought you'd never asked, Charlie.
Just swim in that water, Jill. Don't drink it.
Bosley has your assignment packet, so bueno viaje, Angels.
Any chance we might see you down south, Charlie?
I'm afraid I'm snowed in here at Aspen, Angels. But it's not all bad. My suite offers a magnificent view of the local natural formations.
Oh.
And it's uncanny how they bring to mind the majestic slopes of Switzerland.
Good morning. Jim?
Hi. Brought Dan pretty. Dan's always had great taste in women, but female detective, that's a new twist. I hope you know your business.
Well, thanks very much for the vote of confidence, Jim.
Sorry. But I have been thinking about what happened to Dan and the question you've been asking me before.
And?
My hunch is that the heroin found on Dan's flight was not smuggled.
Frank Bartone.
I think Bartone's been shipping it himself.
Wouldn't that be pretty dangerous on his own airline?
Not really. You see, Bartone has each pilot sign an independent charter agreement before every flight.
So that legally you're renting the plane every time you fly for it?
That's right. So when Dan went down, Bartone was clean. Dan was responsible for the aircraft and everything on board.
Wow. Including his sister.
Yeah. Poor Laurie. Dan and I got her the stewardess job on the airline, I guess, about 8 months ago. It wasn't too long before she was a steady at Bartone's mansion. And that's where she got hooked on smack.
How do I qualify as a stewardess?
Oh, that's easy. You've got all the qualifications that Bartone cares about. But just to avoid questions, we'll make like we've got something going together.
Should be easy.
That's Wendy Green. She'll be a co-stewardess on the plane. Might as well start playing our parts, huh?
Okay, you made your point. She'll track us like a radar screen.
Good. She'll spread the word faster than Western Union. Come on, I'll show you around.
Any more from the man he caught last night?
Just what I reported this morning. He definitely works for Escobar. The boys are still working on him.
Good. Who's that? Exquisite. Nick, don't forget that phone call.
Yeah, let's go, girls.
Welcome to Mazatlan. Vacation?
Common tourist type. A school teacher on holiday.
Oh, what kind of teacher?
Barclay School for Girls in Los Angeles.
Oh, a school for young ladies. This is very good. Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Frank Bartone.
Kelly Garrett.
Nice meeting you. And I promise to protect you from the evils of Mazatlan, if I can engage you as my own private teacher.
I've read about you, Mr. Bartone, and I don't think you need a teacher for anything.
Oh, propaganda, Kelly, just propaganda. Actually, I'm a very gentle man, but I insist you join me for lunch. Yes? Come.
Okay.
Speak of the devil. Here comes one of your fellow countrymen to vouch for me.
Flight control said you wanted to see me as soon as we touched down, Mr. Bartone.
You are here just in time to give me a character reference.
Whatever you've heard, believe it.
Santa Maria, I'm in trouble.
I'm Jim Taylor. This is Sabrina Duncan.
How do you do?
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Kelly Garrett.
Hi.
Hi.
Kelly, would you like to pour Miss Duncan a glass of champagne? And ladies, please excuse her. We'll be right back.
Oh, of course. Champagne? Yes. There you go.
Well, I knew you were fast, kiddo, but moving in as hostess for the big man on the first day's got to be a record.
Must be my bikini. This style's called bottoms up.
More than one Charlie giving you to propose by now.
Oh, every time I wear it, I get proposals, but not a marriage.
What's with Jill?
She made an overnight splash for the local swimming bus. She should be here. She's going to swim a private exhibition race with a swimmer who's been coaching Bartone's daughter.
Where?
Here. Oh, how'd you do with your flyboy?
I don't know. There's something not quite right. The vibes just aren't right. I like him. I really don't know.
We are convinced that this man who calls himself Escobar is responsible for the crash. And I promise you, he will pay for it.
Fine, but first you've got to find him. Any new leads?
Yeah, we picked up one of his men last night.
Did he talk?
He admitted Escobar planted the hijacker on my plane.
Did he?
Taylor, I run a very honest airline. No dope, no smuggling. I want you to know that.
Sure, Mr. Bartone. Whatever you say.
That's right. Whatever I say. The new stewardess, where did you find her?
Coast Airlines, San Francisco. She was fine on the trial trip. I'd like to keep her.
I don't blame you. Miss Duncan, the captain wishes you to stay on permanently. Would you like that?
Very much.
In spite of the terrible accident we had recently?
Well, Mr. Bartone, I'm a fatalist. I've always believed when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Isn't that funny? I feel exactly the same way.